Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Now we are going to be discuss about the physics assignment on date 02/09/2020. Now the question number 1. The temperature coefficient of resistance of platinum is 4 into 10 power minus 3 per Kelvin at 0 degrees Celsius. Find the temperature at which the increase in the resistance of the platinum wire is 20% of its value at 0 degrees Celsius. Now, from the given data, the final resistance is equals to 1.2 times of initial resistance and alpha value 4 into 10 power minus 3. We know that delta T is equals to delta R by R into alpha. By substituting the values here, we get the difference of temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. Now the final temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. Now the question number 2. The resistance of iron wire is 10 ohm and alpha 10 into 10 power minus 3 per degree Celsius. If a current of 30 amperes is flowing in it at 0 degrees Celsius, keeping the potential difference across its length constant, if the temperature is increased to 100 degrees Celsius, then what is the current flowing through that wire? From the coefficient of resistance form, alpha is equals to R100 minus R0 by R0 into delta T, and by substituting the given data, we get the final resistance, that is the resistance at 100 degrees Celsius is 20 ohm. And from Ohm's law, E is equal to IR. When V is equal to constant, I is inversely proportional to R, that is resistance. Now, current at 100 degrees Celsius by current at 0 degrees Celsius is equal to resistance at 0 by resistance at 100. By substituting the values, we get the electric current at 100 degrees Celsius is 15 amperes. Now, the question number 3. Resistance of a wire at T degrees Celsius is RT is equals to R0 of A plus B T square. Here R0 is the resistance at 0 degrees Celsius. Find the temperature coefficient of resistance. And we know that the coefficient of resistance is 1 by R into dR by dt, that is the differentiation of the resistance with respect to temperature. From the given data, R value R0 of A plus B T square, and the differentiation with respect to temperature, we get R0 into 2BT. So finally the coefficient of resistance 2BT by A plus B T square. Now the question number 4. A silver wire has a resistance of 21 volt and 27.5 ohm and 2.7 ohm at 100 degrees Celsius. Determine the temperature coefficient of resistance of silver. We know that resistance at 3 degrees Celsius is equal to R0 of 1 plus alpha into theta. Here, the resistance at 27.5 degrees Celsius is 2.1 ohm and at 100 degrees Celsius the resistance is 2.7 ohm. By substituting the values here, we get, by solving the above two equations, we get the coefficient of resistance alpha is equals to 0.0039 degrees Celsius. Next, question number 5. A hollow cylinder of specific resistance rho, inner radius 2r and outer radius 3r and length L is as shown in the figure. Clearly specified in the diagram. What is the net resistance between the inner and outer surface? Here the net resistance R is equals to, from the limits 2r to 3r, rho by 2 pi r into L, and after the integration 1 by r with respect to dr is nothing but log r. By substituting the upper limit and lower limit, we get rho by 2 pi L into log of 3 by 2. Next, question number 6. There are two concentric spheres of radii 3 cm and 4 cm respectively. If the space between them filled with medium of resistivity 96 into 10 power minus 2 ohm meter, then the resistance of the inner gap between the two spheres will be. From the resistance form, integration from 3 cm to 4 cm, and resistivity is given as rho. and the value from the given data is 96 in 10 power minus 2 ohm meter, that will be substituted finally. Now after the integration of 1 by x square with respect to dx is nothing but minus 1 by x. Here the limits from 3 to 4, by replacing the negative, lower becomes as upper and upper becomes as lower, and by substituting the values here we get finally 2 by pi ohm. And next, question number 7. The resistivity of the material of a conductor of uniform area of cross section varies along its length as rho is equal to rho naught of x square plus alpha x. Find the resistance of the conductor if its length is L and area of cross section is A. Now from the same form, net resistance is equal to from 0 to L, rho by A with respect to dx. Here rho is given as rho naught of x square plus alpha into x, so rho naught constant, integration from 0 to L x square plus alpha x by the integration x square, that is x cube by 3, x square by 2. By substituting the limits we get rho naught by A L cube by 3 plus half alpha L square. Question number 8. The resistance of a wire is 4 ohm. If it is drawn in such a way that it experiences a longitudinal strain of 200%, then its new resistance is, longitudinal strain of 200% means the final length becomes 3 times of its initial, because initial length is L, now the additional 2L, so L plus 2L, totally 3L. And in the stretching case we know that, when volume is constant, resistance is directly proportional to square of the length, and by substituting the values we get the final resistance, 36 ohm. Next, question number 9. The electrical resistance of a mercury column in a cylindrical container is R. The mercury is poured into another cylindrical container with double the radius of cross section. The resistance of the mercury column is, we know that in the case of volume constant, resistance is inversely proportional to the fourth power of the radius. So by substituting the given values we get the final resistance is 1 by 16th of the initial resistance of the mercury column. And finally the question number 10. Two conductors have different resistances R1 and R2 at 0 degrees Celsius, and their temperature coefficient of resistances are alpha 1 and alpha 2 respectively. The respective temperature coefficient of their series and parallel combinations are nearly. In series combination, the effective resistance is R1 plus R2, and by substituting the values we get finally the effective coefficient of resistance in series combination R1 alpha 1 plus R2 alpha 2 by R1 plus R2. Whereas in the parallel combination the effective resistance 1 by R is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, and by substituting the values finally we get the effective coefficient of resistance in parallel combination R1 alpha 2 plus R2 alpha 1 by R1 plus R2.